That's the thing that's tough. I mean, I can tell there's times when it wears on you. We'll be playing and it's just stacks of MCWs. Like MW2 did all this way after the game was past its prime and everyone had kind of, faded away on it. So they're doing a smart move now, just adding it in, which I think is good for the people who are going to buy it. I know you and I aren't going to buy it.
We're waiting for that Boston skin.
Yeah, exactly. Buy that, and if they add Snoop Dogg in there, I'll buy that one. It's been an awesome. We don't have any champagne, but it's been an awesome 2023. We've grown a lot. We've done a lot of new stuff. We've had a lot of great guests, a lot of growth, and that's all because of you guys. So I can't thank you guys, each and every one of you, enough. Everybody that we've talked to, that we've got a chance to meet in person too, has been really awesome. So thank you. Welcome, everybody, to episode number 149 of the COD Casuals podcast. We're your host, Mike.
I'm Justin.
Justin, long time no see, bro. How you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah, man. We were just talking beforehand. I mean, so the past couple of weeks, right, we've had our two guests. We had Gersh and we had Ben on, which was, that was wild. It was fun to have those guys on. But it's been weird. I mean, we've been doing the interviews. We've been on our NBC kind of type shit right now. Like we've just been interviewing people, haven't done an actual normal episode
Yeah.
in a little while. So it's good, right? It feels weird just to be the two of us right now.
I know it's been like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Since we've recorded our last one. For you guys, we haven't skipped a week or anything.
Right.
Yeah, like you said, we we interviewed Gersh and then we got Ben, and now this is the last episode of 2023.
Yeah, it's weird.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's strange that this year's just like flown by, honestly. And we're just getting to like all this end of year kind of stuff. So it's weird that we're going to be going into 2024. But I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be a good year.
Yeah, no, dude, we gotta recap. We got Gersh and Ben.
Yeah,
on
I know.
The pod.
Yeah,
we haven't really talked about that at all. Like, obviously, like go check out episode 147 and 148 with Gersh. For people that don't know, he does he's a social media coordinator for FaZe Esports, and he is associate producer for The Flank, which I'm sure if you guys listen to this, you probably know what The Flank is.
Yeah, I mean, if people like maybe don't know, for us, like that was our inspiration to do this. Was like what they were doing on The Flank, talking about Call of Duty all the time, and being more on the competitive side. And then for us, just thinking, well, we should try to tap into the casual side, hence the COD Casuals. So it was funny having Ben on there and him just kind of, being like, oh, like, yeah, appreciate you guys. Like, thanks for having me on. And we're just kind of both tweaking at the same time, being like, bro, you're the reason we do this. Like, I don't know if we told him that in the episode that you guys heard, but we ended up.
We did.
Yeah, we did. Because we ended up talking with him about like, I don't know, an extra half hour or so afterwards. Once the recording ended. And yeah, we wanted it to be known that was like, bro, you're the inspiration for us for doing it. So it's pretty surreal to have him on, and just again seeing him on The Flank for all these years, and then actually talking to him and him saying our name, I was like, bro, what?
Yeah, it was just weird. Yeah, no, we made sure to give him his flowers because like, again, like you said, that's the reason why we started back in Cold War.
Yeah,
when it was just Tommy and Ben.
Yeah, exactly, just the two of them. And now they've got way more people. They got what, 5 is it total?
Yeah, 5 hosts.
Yeah. So it's changed a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just appreciate him, and again Gersh too, because I mentioned to him, I remember first hearing of him years ago, when he was on that Codcast podcast, which is, I think it's still around, like episodes come out. But the guy who hosts it, he's busy with his day job in the CDL, so it's not really feasible for him to do it. But that's, I remember hearing him, and then again we saw him at New York. He was dressed up as the Pope.
Yeah,
like we had talked about that like way back in our episode of when we went to New York and we went and did the episode in the hotel.
Yeah,
I mean, he was there like dressed as the Pope on stage for Italy, or for New York rather.
New York, yeah.
And then thinking one day we'd actually sit down with him and talk to him. I mean, very, very surreal.
Yeah, no, it's weird. Yeah, and seeing how far Gersh came too. Like, again, like he was that guy on the podcast, and now he works for FaZe and he helps out the flank too. Like it was really cool. And we're gonna see them in Boston. Like I can't wait. They're coming to Boston. So
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. I mean, that's coming up soon.
mhm.
Um, which I didn't even like. I think it's been that long. Like we talked about it a little bit on those, on the past 2 episodes. But I mean, dude, we're already into like the season. Like I don't even think we've done an
Yeah.
actual episode where we're like the CDL has started, right? I think one
Uh
that I think one that we did, the last one that we might have done, we were talking about how it was
oh yeah, it was
starting up.
starting. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Boston's played 4 games already.
Yeah,
That's
right?
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we did with our weekend. We were just watching the games, catching
Mhm.
up on them. Um, and yeah, Boston, I mean, like we could touch on it for a minute here, since we're already on it. Like Boston's had a bit of a slow start.
Mhm.
Not gonna sugarcoat it. Like they struggled the first few games that they've been playing. And then we were just, you know, but holding it together because of course, like we mentioned it in a previous episode, they've got like arguably some of the best players you could possibly have
Yeah.
on that team. There's no doubt this is the most talent stacked roster that they've had. So we knew event like they have the ability. It's not a talent problem to pull on through. And then they played Toronto Ultra, and I texted. I'm not even gonna lie. I texted our buddy, and he's like, "Dude, they're playing Ultra," and I'm like, "Yeah, this gonna be a tough one.
Mhm.
Like, I don't know if they can win this one, you know." Um, and they 3-0 smoked them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, I don't know if that was on anybody's bingo card for them to be able to do that, you know?
Yeah. No, it was definitely not mine. I mean, so they finished 1-3 for the first 4 games. So definitely not ideal, but the first glimpse we had with them was against FaZe, and they brought it all the way to around sorry, not round 5, map 5.
Yeah,
So that's why I was like the talent, like you said, the talent is there.
yeah,
But then they played, I believe it was LA Thieves and they played Seattle,
yeah,
and like they just didn't look like the same team at all.
yeah.
So then they went and played Ultra, and that's when, you and I and most people were like, this is gonna be tough. They just got smoked. Then they were the ones smoking. So
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's just like the up and down though. Like it
Mhm,
does we've talked about it before. I mean, people like I mean, we know it too just um playing casually. Like you have those up and down days where some days you're feeling really good
mhm,
and I mean, it wouldn't surprise me that Ultra was not like doing I don't want to take away from Boston, but obviously Ultra was not playing as good as they should have or normally do. And Boston just capitalized on that. And that shows how close it is. Like if Ultra is having a day where they're not totally 100%, they can't just rely on their like reserve skill to win the game. Like they're
mhm.
getting smoked. I mean, they got wrecked,
Yeah,
you
it was
know?
not close.
Yeah, it was not like they barely eked out a 3-0 win over them and like every map was close.
Mhm,
Um, like they just were every step of the way outplaying them. And I've been tweeting about it too because it's like I think Boston like if they play at that level, they can be easily a top 3 team, you know?
yeah. But,
Like they're going to
yeah,
be competing for majors.
and, like, I think, after seeing that now, like, more people are finally, giving them the credit that they earned.
Yeah.
Like, "Oh, okay. These guys can, like, actually hang." And, like, we
Mhm.
all knew that. It was just a matter of them, like, closing it out. Um, but now we have a 3-week break for the holidays, which is pretty I don't know, it's pretty long, but I mean, for the players and stuff, I'm sure they're looking forward to it,
Mhm.
especially with the holidays coming up, New Year's and stuff.
Right, right.
And then we start back up the second week of January, and they have 3 more games. So instead of 5 games, a split this from last year, they have 7 this year.
Yeah.
So I guess like yeah, it is more COD technically. Um, but yeah, and then dude, Major 1 comes around.
Yeah,
It's
bro.
crazy.
I know.
It's crazy.
Like I like I know you had too. Like I have to put my time in still. It's not a problem.
Mhm.
But just thinking I'm like looking at the date, I'm like, "Oh snap, dude." Like this I thought it would be like, like 4 or 5 weeks out, and then you realize
Mhm.
it's really not that far away. You're like, dude, it
Yeah.
just gets me amped about it, you know?
It's
Like
so
it's
weird.
yeah, it is. Especially from when we booked them and it was like sunny out, you
Mhm.
know, and we were like, dude, can't wait. It's gonna be months away. And now here we
Mhm.
are. And it's just like thinking about the experience that we had, like it's just
The
gonna be
beginning
that
of this
round two
year,
again. Yeah.
it's crazy. Like, we went to Boston Major this year.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. And then we're
So
getting to
weird.
do it all over again.
Yeah. Back in
So yeah,
VIP.
I know, bro.
I can't
Straight
wait.
up. Yeah, I mean, I hope that like anybody who's listening too, if you're in the Boston area or like in the area, I hope you make the trip out for it. I mean, we're always hyping it up how you got to go to these games.
Yeah.
Um, and like this is just Boston's event last year was fantastic, and I think this year they're just gonna top it. It's gonna be even better.
Yeah. And, like, you can go back and look at the New York, episode, which was that's crazy, dude. That was, like a year ago or something? 2 years ago? 2 years
Uh,
ago.
yeah, 2 years ago they're on Vanguard.
Yeah. Um, and you can see, like, the short little vlog that, like, we did on our YouTube,
Yeah,
but you won't get the true experience unless you're there. Like,
right.
if you have the time, just go out for one day,
Yeah,
and it's so worth it.
yeah, yeah. It's I mean, I think Boston too is going to be one of those. It's one of those venues or one of those cities that you can go to, and there's a lot of stuff to do outside of it, instead of just go to the games and then you go home, and there's nothing else. There's like a whole life in and around it, you know, or like outside the
Mhm,
venue.
mhm.
So it makes it worth it.
Props to, yeah, like, Oxygen and the Breach for, like, getting a good location. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's the one thing, like, we touched on it, like, slightly, in the Ben episode, but New York was great. That was our first ever major, so it's gonna be special to us.
Hmm.
But, like, he admitted too, like, it was an interesting, area. It was a tough area.
Yeah.
You kinda I mean, I remember those days, like, you finished so late, but then you would go straight to the hotel, like, right after. Like, there was no nightlife. Boston, pretty different. Like, you'll go, games wrap up, and then you can go out to, like, bars, restaurants, like, all around the venue. So,
Yeah. It's all that stuff, and he had touched on it too, which is a good point. I mean, like, I can't even imagine the price difference between booking a venue in New York City compared to Boston. I mean, it's like, you know, you're spending insane amount of money
yeah.
for a venue. So thankfully, because of that, Boston's been able to like, you know, go into I would say like just a nicer area overall.
Yeah.
Which
It's right
for
next to Fenway.
yeah, which for us, like again, and anybody who's gonna be watching it, or attending it, I should say, it just makes the experience that much better, you know, because of everything that you get to see around it. Instead of having to go and like, you know, pay $100 for an Uber to go drive 6, 7 miles to like
Mhm,
an interesting part of the city, you know.
mhm.
So it's gonna be a really really fun time. I'm looking forward to it, and
Yeah.
hopefully Boston goes out and they fucking win. You know.
Yeah. Dude, Slasher won, the last Boston Major,
Yeah,
so
I know, right? He's
he
got it
can
in
do
the
it again.
genes.
He
He's
can do it
done it
again.
before.
Yeah.
Uh, Yeah. But no, man. I mean, other than that, like we've been busy with the podcast, and then we've been grinding a bit. We haven't played. I don't know how long it's been since we last played together. It feels
I
like it's been a little bit.
No, it's been only been, like 2 days.
Yeah, bro, but it feels like fucking forever, doesn't
Yeah, but
it?
we've just been working on the podcast a lot, that's why.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like I feel like we haven't played in so long because I yeah no Saturday night I wasn't on, and then I you were, and
yeah,
then Sunday
I wasn't on.
you weren't on. Yeah,
Yeah.
yesterday, and then well tonight we're gonna play.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
We're on that season 1 grind, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, season 1, like, it's been popping along. Um, we had set it back in, like, I think it was, like, 146, how it was coming up, and, it was already gonna be out by the time that we've been, doing the next episode, and I think we're doing okay. I think you're a little bit higher level than me. I think I'm 96,
Mhm. I don't
somewhere
know what I'm
around
at.
there. I think no, I'm pretty sure you're 104. And you're
Uh-huh.
about one yeah, you're like 103, 104, pretty sure, because I had checked. Um, so we're like more or less like within about like like 10-ish levels.
Mhm.
Um, which I don't think that's bad.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, I think podcast has been taking up like a lot of our time because we've got like some other stuff planned out. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, we definitely could be grinding some more. But I will say I've been grinding out these camos, man. Like it's not cool anymore to say that you got Interstellar, but I don't care. I'm
Yeah.
repping the casuals, man. Um, I've just been like ticking away, just using
Now,
them. Nothing
well, I was gonna
serious.
ask you. So overall, like in this game, what do you think about the camo grind?
I mean, I think it's like MW2. Like it's the same like system. It's nothing crazy. Like it's manageable in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's just getting over the hump of you're gonna be getting torched using like these like crappy weapons.
Yeah, that's the thing that's tough. I mean, I can tell like there's times when it wears on you
Hmm.
when you're playing because we'll be playing and it's just stacks of MCWs
Yeah, it's
and
tough.
yeah, and rival nines, and then you're over here using like what's the Uzi in this game? I can't remember what the name of it is.
WSP 9.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and I felt bad. I was like, dude, let me go use this thing with you for a little bit, bro. I used it for like 30 seconds, and
Yeah.
I was put that shit away immediately.
Yeah.
That gun's horrible.
It's all like timing, dude, and like builds that you uh certain builds. You know, like have to adjust your play style a little bit different.
Yeah,
Because the striker, for some reason I found a decent build on it and that thing felt great. Like
yeah,
maybe it was just because like the day that I was playing or was my ping or something, but I felt like I was frying.
or all of them.
Yeah, you know. But yeah, it does get frustrating at times because there was one game we were down like 0-2 and I was pissed. I'm like, all right, I'm pulling up the MCW. Like, screw this.
Mhm.
And then we reverse swept.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, yes, I can use that gun too. We all can use that.
Yeah, I'm in this tough spot because, like, most of the time when I play now, I'll be using the MCW. But the main reason I do is just because we're gonna be playing ranked, which is
Yeah.
coming out, I believe it's January 15th.
Yep. Yeah.
Um, which can't come soon enough.
Is it the
And
15th or is it the 17th? It's a
you
lot.
might be yeah, you might be right. I can't we'll go check really quick. Because I'm not sure. It's one of those days. Um, hmm, bear with. Can't remember when it's coming out.
I want to say
January
the
17th.
17th.
17th,
Yeah,
you're right. Yeah,
Wednesday.
season 1 reloaded update Modern Warfare 3 rank play will likely launch on January 17th.
Hmm.
So yeah, you're right. Um God damn it. Gotta wait 2 more days.
Yeah.
But like that's gonna be the gun to use, you know? So I'm just even like right now I feel really good with it, but I'm just like I can get better with it, you
Hmm.
know?
Yeah.
I just and same thing with the Rival 9. Like those are pretty much the only 2 guns that I'm using.
Hmm. Yeah. No, I totally get that. I'm I use them like from time to time because like I've already maxed like I've gotten like all the camos that I can with them.
Yeah.
Um, but what I'm trying to do is like mimic the lanes and stuff and routes I'm trying to run with uh the weapons I'm using.
Yeah.
But oh yeah, like when rank comes out though, yeah, MCW, Rival 9, like
That's it.
all the time, yeah. The only time I'll be touching the other weapons is when like we're winding down or like it's a weekend and those guns will be used for like the weekends only.
Yeah. I mean, I know you're more like this than me, in that you go and use a lot of the other guns, probably it's because of the camo grind. But I find myself when I play COD, I'm just always I find the best guns and like from hearing everybody like what are the best 2 guns, and then I just stick to those. Like
Mhm.
I very and I did this in last year's COD too. I just used the what was it, the sub in that gun or in that game. I can't remember what it is. Yeah,
Vaznev.
the Vaznev. Yeah. It's just every COD that I play, I find the best guns and then I'll use those, you
Mhm.
know. I very rarely deviate, but then I feel bad because every time I pick up a gun off of somebody and I use it, I'm like, oh, dude, this is like really fun using an LMG or some like
Mhm.
whack ass AR with an ACOG on it, you know?
Yeah. Well, I just like part of it is the camo grind,
Yeah.
but also there's just a part of me in my head where I'm like feel like if I get really good with every weapon and like master it, then I'm unstoppable.
Yeah.
Like I can pick up any weapon and like it'll just be easy to use.
Yeah.
Might be an ego thing, but that's how I feel, especially in pubs. And also too, sometimes, funny enough, like you pick up a weapon, you're like, oh wow, this gun's actually like fun to use. You find like the right combination, and that weapon is more fun to use than like whatever the meta is.
Right.
And funny enough, in MW2, I dropped more nukes in that game not using the Vaznev or the TAC,
Yeah.
just because I found a random class that I made, and I'm like, oh, this is actually good.
Yeah. Well, no, that's like that's exactly what I feel because there was some guy, I have no idea what the gun was, but I was using it yesterday. Um And it had, like it was one of, oh, what is it, like, Black Cell thing that they
Hmm.
have? It was, like, some variant, I think, from one of those packs, and it had an ACOG and everything on it, but,
Hmm.
dude, the gun was awesome. Like, it was so fun to use it, and I was pissed when I died with it because I went on a little spree with it,
Hmm.
and just being like, "Man, it's such a good gun, and it's fun to use."
Yeah.
But I just never have the initiative to go into my classes and try to play around with them, you
Hmm.
know? But like you said again with like was it the WSP?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like there's a certain build with every gun that you can make that'll at least make it tolerable.
Yeah.
Um, and for me, it's just gonna be the growing pains of like that WSP having to use that stock. Like, bro, I don't
Yeah.
want to do that,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to have fun.
Yeah, yeah. No, I get it. I mean, yeah, I mean, like, there's some, weapons that I've leveled up already, and I'm like, this will be fun in pubs. Like, I can see
Yeah.
myself getting a nuke with it just
Mhm.
randomly,
Yeah.
just because it's fun to use. Like, that
Yeah.
striker, as bad as it is, the build that I have, the one I gave you,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it just, I don't know, it works with the play style.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
my play style. For you, probably wouldn't. Like, you
yeah.
probably, like, slide in and you're gonna get gunned.
Yeah, that's the thing. That gun, like, the TTK on it is
Yeah,
just too
it's
low, like, for how I wanna play with it.
yeah. The
Um,
damage needs to be slightly higher. That's the thing, and I think that's, like, the fun that I find in it, 'cause then I find, like, some random battle rifle or LMG, I'm like, "Wait, this fits my play style, and this thing rips."
yeah. No, I mean, if you find, if you find any of those guns and, like, you can get the right attachments on them that are not deviating far from what you would normally use that's in the meta, it's great, it just adds a little
Mhm,
bit of variety, Like, I've used that striker class, when I don't wanna run the MCW.
mhm.
You know? But I don't use that striker class when I wanna run the Rival 9. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, yeah. No, like, you're gonna I mean, whatever weapon you use that's not the meta, you're gonna get destroyed with it, most likely.
Yeah.
Um, but I guess you just have to accept, like, going into that. I don't know.
Yeah, it depends because like, certain maps, like on, like Scrapyard, for example, like, I feel good running the Rival 9 and the MCW on there, but if I don't
Mhm.
wanna use the MCW, I'll use that striker where I play more like an AR.
Yeah.
You know what I
Mhm.
mean? I'll play more, like off angles, like just like L trigger, like just
Mhm.
ADSing all the time. And I have a lot of fun with it. But if I'm playing like Favela
Yeah.
or like we'll talk about on like a couple of the new maps, Greece, like I would never use the striker on Greece.
Yeah.
Like I'm Rival 9 all day on that
Yeah.
map.
Yeah, it's like whatever you're comfortable with.
Or
It
God
was just fun
forbid,
because
meat.
yeah, like Grease, like that's where I used the striker, and I was frying
Yeah.
with it. I was like, "Oh my
Yeah.
god, this thing is great."
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's just like how you play, you know, like what fits you.
Yeah, especially too, like, just it's independent on maps, like, I could never on that map. Like,
Mhm.
Meat, also, like, that map, I have to run the striker on that map, or the
Mhm.
Rival 9, sorry. I can't do the striker.
Mhm.
Like, I get so pissed. I was playing once with it on there to see if I could
Mhm.
hang, and, man, I was just having a bad day. I was like, "Fuck this, man, I can't," like,
Yeah.
I was just losing my mind. I was getting gunned.
I was using I mean, I was using every weapon on Meat. I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah.
it's just a nice small map, and you can just, like, change, like, slightly.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, the two new maps are like Meat and Grease. Both are like pretty small maps, but both are really fun maps. I'm happy
Yeah.
with them.
No, I love these maps. I
Mhm,
mean, Meat's like I'd say Meat's almost like a gimmick map, you know?
mhm.
Like it's a good map. It's just absolute chaos.
Yeah, yeah. It's one of
Um,
those small maps.
yeah, to me, that map almost reminds me of like and it's not as bad, but it's almost like a Rust-esque kind
Yeah,
of a
yeah.
deal. You know what I mean?
Mhm,
Where it's like if you want high octane craziness, you just
mhm.
go on that map. Like you shouldn't be complaining about spawns
Yeah,
because they will make sense on that map.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, but it is a lot of fun though. I would say of the two maps between Meat and Grease, Grease is such a good map.
Yeah, Greece is more, I mean, if you wanna call it competitive, then it's way more competitive because you can actually rotate. You can
Yeah,
rotate, like, you're not sprinting across a map in, like, 5 seconds. Um,
yeah,
but, yeah, so far, like, I've liked the 2 maps.
yeah. I mean, we were worried at first, or I didn't say worried, but just more skeptical about them adding in these two new maps, just compared to like the MW2 maps to see how they would stack up.
Mhm.
Um, and I mean, man, if I had Favela and Greece as the two maps, like I'm taking Greece every day. Like it's a quality map.
Mhm.
It's a nice needed addition. I think it freshens up um, what we've got already. You know,
Yeah. I would take meat and grease over favela and estate. So,
it's dude. I think Estate's kind of growing on me a little bit.
hasn't grown on me yet. I'll
Yeah,
say yet, but, like, because every COD, there's, like, one map where I'm like, "I don't like this," and then, you know, like, it grows on you just because you do really well on it,
yeah,
but you still don't like it. It's like Armada Strike in Cold War.
yeah.
Um, Vanguard was, I don't know, Gavutu, I
Gavutu could have
guess,
been
like,
one of those. And then one of that DLC map with the gondola.
Gondola.
Is that what it was called?
Yeah,
Gondola?
Gondola. Yeah, yeah.
I like that map after a
Yeah,
while.
yeah. But no, yeah, like I like both of these maps. With the season 1 reloaded, they're adding another map. It's called Rid. Oh no, sorry, not Rid. Rio. I'm
Rio.
assuming it's in Rio.
Yeah, that's a good guess, bro.
Yeah.
Watch it be
But
in the heart of Las Vegas. We're like, what the
yeah, right.
fuck?
Um, but they're also adding 2v2s.
Dude, thank God.
I can't
We
wait.
need we need this, bro. 2v2s is I think that needs to be a staple in like every COD. It's such a good thing. It's so much fun. And I think like 2v2s and then like party games like Prop Hunt. I don't get why these things aren't always in COD, you know?
Yeah.
Because nobody would complain if they're there, you know? They're just fun things.
Mhm.
And I don't know how hard those can be to
Mhm.
make.
Well, so I have the season 1 like roadmap like pulled up,
Yep.
and but comparing season 1 of this game to season 1 of MW2, it's like night and day in terms of content. The amount of
Oh, it's
stuff that we
insane.
get, it's great. Like just looking at it, modes that they're adding gunfight, all or nothing, headquarters, team gunfight, and infected. Bro,
Yeah.
we didn't get infected until like the last 2 seasons of
Yeah.
MW2.
Yeah.
And like why?
Exactly. Like who the fuck knows why they didn't do that? It just
Yeah.
took forever.
Um
Um,
but
and then
I
like
will
a couple of the kill
yeah.
streaks too, which would be cool.
Oh yeah, I've gotten the swarm before. The swarm's fun.
Yeah.
Uh EMP I haven't used. Um Swarm is cool. Like a bunch of like robots like come out of the sky.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I gotta go put Swarm on. Like, dude, I'm so behind on the kill streaks. I literally just still like I have the standard, the UAV, the cruise, and the SAE.
Mhm.
Like, and I fucking hate the SAE. You
I've
know?
unlocked like all the kill streaks and like
Yeah.
um all yeah, we were complaining about those stupid like daily challenges, and now
Yeah.
that they've fixed it where uh every time you get a win, you get like an extra unlock, which
Yeah.
has helped a lot. Um yeah,
Yeah.
I basically unlocked everything. I think there's like a handful like 6 or 7 that I haven't yet.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, no, I'm glad that there's a bunch of content because especially 2v2s, like you said, like the face-offs, like this is gonna be fun. And the map is training facility. I'm assuming it's gonna be only that for now, and they're gonna
Yeah.
add like maps as we go. But again, I'm just happy that they're bringing it because now we can just end off on that. Chill
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's always been like our, I don't know, like on our itinerary, like we'll go play pubs and then like we're gonna probably do the same thing. Like once we have ranked in, we'll
Mhm.
end on a dub on ranked and then we'll go play like, two or three 2v2s. Um, it's just a staple. Like it's fun. If they've got good maps, especially like if they're gonna be maps that are not in the standard playlist, that's
Mhm.
what I like. I hate when they go and put in maps that are like already in the 6v6 and they're just kind of like scaled down, you
Yeah.
know? I it's just so lazy and it's boring. I'm like, dude, I want to be doing 2v2s on fresh maps.
Yeah, and I want these maps to be like simple. I feel like the ones we really like are literally so dead even. Like they're
Yeah.
so symmetrical.
Yeah.
Like left it's just a square. Left and
Yeah.
right side are both equal. Elevation on each map is the same. So
Yeah.
it's just a straight up gunfight every time.
Yeah. I mean, dude, the best ones were like I can't believe I'm saying this, but the best ones for MW 2019.
Yeah.
Like, Face
King.
Off in that was so
Yeah, yeah.
fun. Like,
Yeah.
those maps were so good.
Mhm.
Because like you said, like, they were pretty much dead even. Or if there was, like, one side that was favored, like, both sides had the advantage or had, like, the ability to go and use that. It wasn't like there
Mhm.
was some cheap spawn, like, "Oh, if you spawn on, this side of the map, it's pretty much a guaranteed win because of, like, X spot that you can
Yeah.
take advantage of," you know? Um, yeah, those maps were so good.
Mhm.
So if they're gonna add just one, like it does suck. I hope it's amazing though.
Yeah.
That way I
It,
don't
it
get like too sick of it.
it's called training facility. So
Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming it's gonna be pretty bare bones, which I'm fine with as long if it's just a square,
Yeah, and
small
you can
square.
and you can see in the photo like it looks like there's that building to the left that looks
Mhm.
like you could go in there. And then I can't tell like right in the middle if that's like a platform that you can go on top of or if it's just the angle and it's
Yeah.
like a middle building. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I can't tell exactly what it is.
Yeah, I don't know, but either way, I'm I'm glad we have it. uh,
Yeah.
and yeah, ranked is coming, like you said. Like, I can't wait. I
Yeah, dude.
cannot wait.
Yeah, I'm so excited for this. Like, it's just it feels weird and it feels wrong now that
Yeah.
the season's been starting up and we're still just playing some pubs.
Mhm.
I'm like, dude, we're feeling good now with this game, might I add. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
like we're still not putting up like the insane games, but it's pretty rare now where we're like getting mega fried, going like
Yeah.
19 and 31, where I'm like, in the blender.
Mhm.
Um, we're putting up like just better games overall. So I'm ready for rank to jump in
Yeah.
and
Jump in and learn.
see what we're made of.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
we gotta work on our call outs and, like,
Yeah.
we have to get our call outs down.
Yeah.
Um, and that'll come with time and, like, getting better and stuff, but I'm just excited for it. Uh, especially too on a game that's really fun. Like, I've enjoyed, like, everything about this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, even though, like, you're using the weapons that aren't as good as Arrival 9 and MCW, I'm still having fun using them, like, leveling up
Yeah.
for the most part, like, just because the game's fun.
Yeah. I mean, this is some of the most fun that I've had on Call of Duty in a long time.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
like like you said, using the guns, like any gun on it feels fun. Like yeah, you made it be at a disadvantage, but it's not very noticeable. Like it just in some rare instances, but overall, this game has just been so much more fun because of the guns and because of the maps. And
Mhm.
the movement too. Like the game is just fun to play.
Mhm.
I don't like how I mean going back now, it's probably a while to go play MW2 or Vanguard where those games feel a lot slower. Like
Mhm.
this game just feels so fast and I love it.
Yeah, yeah, and just adding rank play on top of that, which we already like, it's just gonna
Yeah.
add more to it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and I don't really know what to exactly expect from ranked. Like I'm just kind of expecting like the bare minimum regarding um like the rank system itself.
Mhm.
If it's basically going to be a repeat of what we had from last year, I'm fine with that.
That's what I'm pretty sure I saw news that it is what we had last year. Like same
Yeah.
exact um what is it? Not skin, sorry. Divisions and
Yeah.
rankings. Like again, Treyarch killed it. Like we enjoyed MW2 ranked. Played a
Yeah.
ton of it. So
Yeah. No, exactly.
don't
And
don't fix it. Don't break it.
yeah, I know, dude. That's the thing because like a lot of these like developers or just people in general, they'll go and start like fucking with stuff.
Yeah.
Like they get it's already good, and then they're like, "Oh, let's go and start changing it." It's like, dude, no, you don't need
Yeah.
to.
No.
You know?
Like if they're gonna do anything, add more rewards and somehow tweak the SR.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like, I think that was the main thing that was, tough with ranked in last game,
Mhm.
was not the ranks themselves, but the consistency of gaining and losing SR.
Yeah.
And then also too, like, I know there's nothing you can do about it, it's just the cheese of playing ranked, but, like, some of these teammates who just fucking give up,
Yeah.
Like, bro, I and then
Yeah.
you have to, like, suffer for it.
Mhm.
Dude, I wish there
Yeah.
was something. I wish there was, like, a moderator in the game who could see that and be like, "Yeah, he's not trying. You're good. Don't
No,
worry."
yeah. No, I wish there
You
was
know what
like
I
a
mean?
yeah, I wish there was like a voting system. It'd be
Yeah.
like 3 out of your 4 teammates voted that this person, uh, like, stopped playing or something like that.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
I mean, that could be abused, like, really bad,
Yeah, yeah,
but,
yeah,
like
yeah. You're 21 and 24. Yeah,
yeah.
this guy's not playing, bro. He's trash. Get him
Yeah.
out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Um,
would be tough to figure it out, but
mm,
no, I think overall, like, the ranked system from last year regarding the SR and the actual ranks, I thought it was, like, relatively solid. The
mhm,
ranks themselves were fine, there's no problem with that.
yeah.
Just the ability of gaining and losing SR, I think needs to be tweaked.
I think
Um,
it needs to be more transparent, like,
yes.
of how SR is gained, like, a
Yeah.
breakdown of it. Like, I think if you win a game, I think there should be a flat baseline of how much SR you win, like, regardless, and then I don't know how you measure, like, in-game plays versus, like, statistical plays. Like, if you're on
Yeah.
hill and you have 2 minutes and 30 seconds, but, uh and then going, like, you have, like, a 1 KD, and then I have, like, a 1.2, but only, like, 30 seconds on hill time, like, how does that like, you would get more SR than me technically,
Right.
but I will argue, like, you're only on the hill because I'm doing certain things on the map. So it's
Right.
like, I don't know how you measure that.
Yeah, I mean, because we had those games, and I'm sure many other people have too, where you have a guy like me, like we've had those games where you're getting all the kills, and it's not even a conversation that we have. I'm just like, I just look at the scoreboard, and I'm like, yeah, I'll grab time. Like, bro, just go,
Mhm.
But the game rewards me because they're like, whoa, Mike, you're playing the objective. Unlike you, Justin, you
Yeah.
fucking greedy bastard. You're just getting
Yeah.
kills. Like, that's not doing anything. I'm like, dude, he's literally doing everything. Like, he's allowing me to get this time now. We
Mhm.
should be equally compensated.
Yeah.
Because we're just in different roles as to what we're doing,
Yeah.
you know?
Which, side note, that's what I'm excited to learn, like, I wonder if your playstyle is gonna change a lot, like, throughout ranked, or if it's gonna, like, stay the same of what it was in MW2.
Um, yeah, it's a good point. I don't know. I
'Cause
think
you
I'm gonna be more conservative.
yeah, like, I don't know, know, because I think, feel like you always gravitate towards the ARs at first, and then somehow, like, you just end up switching to sub,
Yeah.
like, eventually. It always
Yeah.
happens like that.
Yeah. I mean, there's certain maps like I mean, it's just like that with every time we've played ranked, like
Mhm.
I have the maps that I feel good with the sub on, and then I have the maps where I feel good with an AR.
Mhm.
And I don't know what it is because we don't ever talk about it, but it's always the maps that I don't feel good with the sub, you feel
Mhm.
good.
Yeah.
And then
Well
where you run an AR,
mhm.
I run a sub, you
Yeah.
know?
I usually well, when you don't feel good with a sub on a map, I take that as a challenge to try to run a sub and be like, let's see what I can do with it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then turns out like I just like it more.
Yeah. But it's weird though because we don't even like talk about it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's maybe, like, I don't know if you, like, see me using a sub and you're using one too, and
Hmm.
then you're like, "Well, let me try an AR on here," and then you just realize it, or it's just, like, you just play with an AR and we just both happen to be like, "Oh, well, I'm using a sub anyway, and I
Yeah.
feel really good," and you're like, "Oh, I'm using an AR and I feel good, so there we go."
Yeah.
You know,
I
we don't
mean,
have to adapt.
usually the first like couple of games are ranked, like, I remember like we would spawn in and I look at the other two people. I'm like, all right, do we have two subs, two ARs, or depending on the map. Um, but I kind of just play off of you or I play off of the rest of the team.
Yeah,
That's normally what I do.
right.
Because I'm fine switching off either way. Uh, unless there's a map where I'm like, no, I'm dominant on this map and I know I play way better with an AR or sub,
Yeah,
then I'm locking that in. But I'd say for the most part, like I just play off of like what you don't want to do.
yeah,
Because I think my play style adapts better on more maps than your play style.
yeah. That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Because most of the time I'm like I try to fly,
Yeah.
um, which sometimes it's like it works and it can pay off.
Mhm.
Um, but then there's a lot of times where like if I'm not doing well, like there's a big adjustment there.
Mhm.
Um, but I will say though, to your point earlier, I think that's what is going to happen with my play style in this game. Because I already feel it now a lot more than I did in the last one. Um, I'm way more conscious of being more conservative on this game,
Mhm.
you know? Um, and it's very quick. Like on Greece, for example, like I know it's not gonna be in competitive, at least right now, but like playing on that map, if I get cooked a little like very quickly into it, I immediately am just like, nope, like I can't play that way right now, you
Yeah.
know? And I like I'll switch to a different gun, like I'll switch to a striker or I'll switch to the MCW and play around that.
Mhm.
Um, and then that usually works for me. A lot of times I would just grit it out and be like, "Oh man, I'm just gonna like try to get good with this sub."
Yeah.
Um, so it's just being more conscious or like more
Mhm.
self-aware, you know?
Yeah. Well, I think, as the time goes on, though, like, both of us will get more confident, like, in the game
Yeah.
and, like, running, certain weapons on different maps and whatnot, but no, I'm just excited to, like, go through that process because,
Oh yeah. Me too.
like, I don't it's crazy, but when I was running the Rival 9 on high rise, I felt like I was flying. And,
Yeah.
like, out of all maps, like, high rise, like
Yeah.
and I know in ranked it's completely different than pubs, but the fact that I feel like if you feel like that on certain maps, it could translate to ranked at some point,
Yeah, 100%.
Um, but yeah, I'm just excited for that to learn all that stuff because I feel like in MW2 later on, I started running the sub way more.
Yeah. No, you did. You definitely did.
Mhm.
Um, and it worked, you know? So if
Yeah,
you can do it, then like fuck it, why not? Yeah,
yeah,
it's gonna be cool to see where we start, um, and how we play these maps compared to when we end up getting into like April or May of this
yeah,
game
yeah.
and to see how different we are
Mhm.
once we're up in Diamond 3, Crim 1.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to grind.
Yeah,
It's
dude.
gonna be fun.
It's gonna be really good. So yeah, I mean that's coming out January 17th for everybody. So we're gonna be on that grind for that for sure.
That's a week before the
Um,
major.
yeah, I know, dude.
That's crazy.
It's gonna be sick. Yeah, because we've got that, and then of course we've got um just our pub levels as well, which that goes to what 250, I think.
Yeah, it's 250 or 200.
I can't
I
remember
wanna
which
say
one it
it's
is.
I wanna
I
say
wanna
it's
say
250.
250. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Uh,
Um,
I will
so
say,
we've got
dude, the
that.
prestige icons are like they're not that bad. They're nothing like crazy, but like I like them, like the bear.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. I remember when we were first looking at them, I was shitting on them and I was like, "These fucking suck."
Mhm.
But now looking at them, they're not that bad. Like, they
Yeah,
could be worse. They could be worse,
yeah, they could be a lot worse.
you know? Um, I still don't think like they ever stack up against some of the older CODs. Like I still think MW3 and was it Black Ops 3? Those prestige emblems,
Mhm.
goated. They're the best
Yeah.
looking ones ever. Um, but this one, like in modern games, like within the past 4 or 5 years, Cold Wars were pretty good. Um, but like when the past, we'll say 4 years, not including Cold War, they're not bad.
Yeah, I feel like back in the day, each prestige icon was unique. It was different. Like it didn't tie into the previous icon.
Yeah,
Now, like all these icons like evolve off of each other. So if you have like a shit icon in the beginning, which I
yeah.
mean it's supposed to be bad anyways, because like you're starting off, but like it doesn't evolve into like a really cool icon.
You
You
know,
know what I mean?
yeah, that is true, and I don't know why they do that.
My guess is that it takes less time to build off of like a start than creating like a unique icon every single prestige. So it saves
So
them
what you're
time.
saying, Justin, is they're lazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm implying it. Yes.
Yeah, 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 heavily.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I no, that's definitely what it is, because, like, you look back on, I don't know what, like, MW3, I can't even remember the first prestige emblem for MW3, what it is, like, the OG one? I don't even remember.
I can't either. I was stuck on third forever.
Yeah, I know, well, 3rd was that blue one, right?
Yeah, it was a blue one, and then was fourth the purple one.
Yes.
Yeah,
Wait, when did they come out? 2011? Is that what
yeah,
it Yeah.
2011.
Because now I'm, like, kinda tweaking on these, and I have to see them. Okay. Oh, first was the red.
Hmm.
First was, like, that red cross, you know? They were, like it was, like, 4 ways, it was, like, a red cross.
Hmm.
2nd was the green star, 3rd was
Oh
the
yeah, yeah,
blue,
yeah.
4th was the purple, 5th was that gold, like, like, 5 or 6-pointed star.
Hmm.
7th
Oh
looked
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
first
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
7th was, like, the blue one.
Hmm.
Yeah. I loved all of those.
Yeah,
They were sick, but then they did the same shit, funny enough, they did that with the, once they got into 11 through 20. Remember they just did the gold skull with the wings, and
yeah.
they just kept changing the Roman numerals up top?
They ran out of ideas,
Yeah, they did,
but
they're like,
they
"Start
they,
doing Roman numerals,
they
bro."
put in the work.
Yeah, they did. Well, for the rest of them too, like,
Yeah,
they all look good, you know?
yeah. Um, but yeah, no, I was looking at the prestige like icons in the season one. But speaking of, uh, we've fallen behind on zombies because we've been playing a lot of multiplayer.
Yeah, bro, we
Um,
haven't touched zombies in a grip.
yeah, and that's not because like we're putting it on the back burner. I'm just like having a lot of fun with multiplayer.
Yeah,
Like I want to play zombies. Um, because everyone has been saying this is the best third, which personally I think a big claim, but uh third best game mode out of like campaign and multiplayer that COD's had in like recent years.
yeah, which that's wild.
Hmm. And like that's a really good take, especially for
Yeah.
like the zombie community.
Oh, yeah,
And I feel like
100%.
we're just like missing a part of that. But the thing is, I want to grind multiplayer. So if
Right,
like
right,
I'm
right.
playing zombies, it's taking away from my multiplayer time.
Yeah. Well, that's always the struggle, right? You know, it's like when you go and I mean, again, a struggle with having like a well-rounded game,
It's
you
good
know?
things. Having too
Yeah.
many good things, yeah.
Yeah, because you want to go like I feel bad that we haven't played zombies, but I'd feel even worse if I was playing a ton of zombies and not playing any multiplayer, you
Mhm.
know? For me, it's like, I mean, we're obviously multiplayer guys, so at the end of the day, I can't let my multiplayer game slip
Yeah.
and then, be like, "Oh, dude, I got like we got the story done in zombies," and then rank play comes out and I'm over
Mhm.
here getting cooked.
Yeah.
Like,
That's what yeah,
like
exactly.
I'm like, "Dude, I
But
can't have that. I have to get the multiplayer. Like, that's gotta be on lock all the
mhm.
time."
Yeah, but Zombies is coming out with, like, new stories and stuff, and I'm just afraid they're gonna wipe out, like, the axe or something and restart and be like, "Oh, dude, you and I didn't play it. Like, we didn't get to, like, do the mission or whatever." Um, Because again, like, I don't know anything about the zombies right now,
Yeah, me either.
but I'd imagine, like, we haven't even gone into the hard, like, zone, the hardest zone. I'd
Yeah, like
imagine there's, like,
Diphthon 3.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, there's gotta be.
there has to be like some boss fight or something there.
Yeah.
And we haven't even been in that area.
Yeah, and I mean, I know you're probably the same, dude. Like, honest to God, I literally have not seen anything
Yeah, I don't know
on that.
anything.
Like, I don't know what I haven't seen any Noah J456 or Dalek JD videos. Like, I don't know what's going on over there.
Mhm.
All I literally know is just from when you look at the tiers or the acts rather, and you could see like the last mission, like who it's talking about, like extracting him or something.
Mhm.
But I don't know what that entails. Like, do you have to go and fight a boss to save him
Yeah.
and then get him out? Like, who knows?
Yeah. So don't spoil it for us.
Yeah, please
Un
don't. Yeah,
unless they, if they, like, get rid of the axe, which I'll be pissed if they do that,
yeah.
because then that means, like, you and I have to play it, like, during the season, because then everything's
Yeah,
lost.
yeah, that would suck. If they ended up doing like I would hate that
Yeah, I would not like that.
because 'cause be like, "Bro, what the fuck?" Like, we have to go and dedicate our time to that, and that's on top of too, like, we wanna play pubs to rank up, then we gotta play ranked, and then we wanna
Mhm.
go do, the 2v2s. Then you
Yeah.
want us to do zombies as well. It's like, "Dude,
It's a lot of good things to pick from.
you're giving us too many good things."
Yeah. So
Like, make the
keep
zombies
yeah.
terrible.
So keep it there. So when we're ready to go and play, we
Yeah,
can go do it.
yeah.
Um, but no, I'm excited because it looks like there's a map called Vortex,
Yeah, I saw yeah, I'm looking at that
Satan's
right
Quarry.
now. Yeah,
I
Satan's
think
Quarry.
yeah, I think that's part of it's like a special map, I think.
Yeah, they've got Vortex, and then they've got, yeah, Tetanus and Spore Yard.
Yeah.
Spore Yard, I'm assuming, is like Scrap Yard.
Yeah. And then Quarry's Quarry.
Yeah, right. So
um
those will be cool too.
yeah. But no, dude, overall, like this season's been great. Like we won't I guess we can touch on Warzone a little bit. I know that they Warzone's a lot better this year,
Yes.
supposedly.
Yeah.
We haven't played, but I'd imagine if we did play, we'd have way more fun.
Yeah, and listening to the community too, most
Mhm.
people, seem to be enjoying it a lot more, which is good. Seems like
Mhm.
Warzone's in a relatively healthy state
Yeah.
compared to last year. I saw a lot of people, though, were so pissed about Warzone when you load it up and you had to go and reset everything.
Mhm.
Dude, that must
Yeah.
have been such a brutal decision. It's like, "Oh, yeah, all your work, it's gone." You okay
Oh
with
yeah.
that?
Probably. Yeah.
I couldn't imagine.
Yeah. Um but no, yeah, like you and I, we probably won't play Warzone, to be honest. Maybe we'll dabble if we got like some friends to play with or whatever.
Yeah.
They're getting like a Warzone win is it's a great feeling. Um,
Yeah, I agree. I would say getting a Warzone win, I mean, that's like some of the best high that you can get from gaming
yeah,
other than, like, an insane comeback in a ranked game,
yeah,
which
yeah,
is
exactly.
that dopamine is insane.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, we just need a squad to be able to do it. Like, I'd rather
Hmm.
play with, like, trios or quads.
Yeah,
Um, so we got a couple people on the line that we could go and phone a friend to get that
yeah,
rolling.
yeah. No, we just got too many options.
Yeah, I know, which
We
is a
got a
good
lot of
thing
options.
right
Yeah,
now.
it's a good thing. Yeah.
So
um, but yeah,
we're in a good spot.
on top of that, we got like new weapons coming in the battle pass. A boatload. There's what, one, two, three, four. We got 5 weapons. You guys probably have unlocked like a couple of them already.
And I don't think many of them, from using them, they don't seem too broken, which is nice because that's just the biggest thing. Like with any of these in season ones that they add, or if they're going to be like later on in the season, um, I would not want them to just become the meta. That was the
Mhm.
one thing about Cold War that sucked is that all the DLC guns that they added, if you want to call them DLC guns, were insane.
Mhm.
And they just kept getting better and better. So I'm hoping with this one, like they just kind of fall right into the middle. Like they're solid, but they're not
Mhm.
far and away the best guns.
Yeah. I have heard though the tack Evolver is
Yeah,
insane.
what
Like
I
it's a
say.
beast.
Fuck.
But again, we've been in season 1 for like what, a couple weeks now? Like
Yeah,
by the time you guys listen to this, 3 weeks, and I've only seen like a handful of people use it. So it's like doesn't seem that big of a deal, mainly because there's so many weapons in this game. Feel like in Cold
Yeah.
War there weren't that many to like pick from.
No. Yeah, I mean, to be frank, like, I don't even remember, getting wrecked by it, seeing people use it,
Yeah.
which yeah, I mean, compared
Mhm.
to Cold War, like, those guns were it was every single lobby, pretty
Mhm.
much everybody on the team was using those guns.
Mhm.
So it's nice to know that it's not a like, it may be a good gun, but it's not the gun to use.
Yeah, yeah. And adding on to that, like stuff that they've been doing like in season events, which I don't know if you've noticed that they've been doing this, but we've unlocked like everything. I'd imagine like if you've played enough, you unlock like different skins, like weekly
Yeah,
skins and stuff.
yep.
Um they're doing a thing called Santa's Sleigh Ground. Holiday event. I love these. So there's gonna be like theme maps and different game modes. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun stuff. I always like when they do holiday themed stuff, um, in COD. It just adds a little bit of excitement. I saw today that they were gonna be doing a theme for, High Rise too. They were
Mhm.
gonna change the look of it. Like, that's dope, you
Yeah.
know? It's such a small thing, but it just freshens it up, and it gives a different look, to the game and a different feel, which I think is always appreciated. It keeps
Mhm.
the game kinda fresh, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Um, so I wonder what stuff's gonna come out of that, Santa sleigh ground, like skins or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
Mhm.
Um, but I think it'll be all good stuff. They got a good track record of not fucking those up,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it shouldn't be too bad.
yeah. And, last thing, they're adding, like, a bunch of skins. The boys skins back from MW2, they're gonna be in there. And then Dune, the movie, part 2, these skins are gonna be there. I've never seen Dune. I've heard it's a really good
Me,
movie.
never seen it.
Heard it's a really good book too. But I wanna point out that they're finally doing these cool skins season 1.
Thank God.
Because if you guys look at season 1 of MW3 compared to MW2, it's insane. The
Yeah,
amount of
it's a joke.
content. Yeah. And this is what the standard should be. The amount of stuff we're getting.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna set the precedent right off the bat by adding in the cool stuff in season 1,
Mhm.
you know? Like, MW2 did all this way after the game was past its prime and everyone had kind of, faded away on it. So they're doing a smart move now, just adding it in, which I think is good for the people who are gonna buy it. I know you and I aren't gonna buy it. I still
Yeah.
ain't gonna spend $20, but that doesn't mean that there ain't people who are gonna buy it. There's gonna be a ton of people spending that cash.
Mhm. Yeah. Like, we're waiting for that, the CDL, that Boston skin.
Yeah, exactly. That's all I'm waiting. That's like the only I'll buy that, and if they
Yeah.
add Snoop Dogg in there, I'll buy that one. That's about
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta keep it
keep the
rolling with the
tradition.
Snoop Dogg, yeah.
Tradition. Yeah.
No, dude, like, I don't even know what I would buy if they would have to put in someone, like, really cool. Like,
They put like a Marvel character for you, huh?
I don't even know. Like, maybe?
Like
I
if they did something like you know what I would buy, dude? What I think would be sick if they did like Mr. Freeze,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Like if they did him, that
Mhm.
I would buy that. Like that would be
Yeah.
so. His name Mr. Freeze, right?
Yeah, Mr. Free. He's a DC character.
Yeah, from
Yeah, yeah.
DC. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. If they added him in there,
Mhm.
look like a mean son of a
Yeah.
bitch. Yeah, that would be so sick.
I don't know, I'm trying to think. Like, I don't know who I would buy. I'm very see, like, Activision, you're looking at me. I'm that picky
Yeah,
customer. You gotta
yeah.
put in something, like,
You
worthwhile
put
for
in
me.
Doug DeMuro.
Yeah.
The car every time you get a kill. This is
Yeah. Like, I don't know. Like, who would
yeah.
I buy?
I don't know. I mean, it's again, my guy Snoop. I like
Yeah.
him. He's funny to have him in the game.
Yeah.
Um, but still, like, he's not cheap. He's always $20.
Mhm.
I don't, that's the one bullet that I'll just
Mhm.
take. I'll be like, all right, it is what it is.
Well, I think, I don't know if you saw, like, on Twitter, it was, I don't know, a week or 2 back, but Scump said, like, he was supposed to have his own skin, like, last year.
Yeah.
I think I would've bought Scump just for the culture to
Oh yeah.
support. Um,
Yeah. I would have bought him too. No question.
yeah. But, oh, dude, now I'm, like, wondering, I don't know what would I buy?
I don't know, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a tough customer.
Tough sell.
I've
Activision sees you waiting, and they're like, "We don't got time for you. Whatever. Next."
oh no, yeah, no, yeah, exactly.
They're like, "I wanna buy this skin." Okay, there you go.
Like I don't know if it would be Marvel. It would got to be, I don't know.
Some TV show that you like,
Yeah, maybe something like that.
all
Like
Walter White.
yeah, yeah,
That'd be wild. If
something.
they had a Walter White skin, I would buy that. Um, but yeah, I mean, the skins are it's good that they're doing this stuff now, and again, those skins right now, they don't seem to be, like, broken ones. They learned that with the Groot one, that was,
Yeah.
it was OP, and that thing's gone forever, so
Mhm.
keep it out of here, I don't want it. Um, but yeah, man, I mean, it's looking good, like, everything that they're adding so far, like, it looks solid.
Mhm.
Mm, I'm happy where they're going with this season 1 right off the bat, you know? They're
Yeah.
adding quality stuff, and, like, again, the maps look good, the fact that we're getting 2v2s, we're getting just a load of content, and they're actually pushing the game from the start now instead of being
Mhm.
at the so I think we're gonna be in good shape. So I'm looking forward to the Reloaded coming out too.
Yeah. And this doesn't even have Adam Grant. The
I know.
none of that. So
Sad.
yeah, but I
Hopefully
mean
it's
like that's more to come then if they add
exactly.
that,
I know,
which
I hope it
I
makes its return.
I really hope they add that.
Yeah. I hope they just didn't forget about that because I will be pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I have faith. I have faith
Me
in
too.
them.
I have faith. That's all we can have.
Yeah.
But but yeah, man. I mean, is there anything else you wanted to touch on before we wrap it up?
I think that's all the COD stuff. I figure we can
Yeah.
wrap it up on this is last episode, man.
A big thank you.
Yeah.
We'll wrap it up on that. A big
Yeah.
thank you to everybody. So, well, I'll say right now, everybody who's listened
Yeah.
and everyone's listening right now, thank you so much. We appreciate you. We love you all. It's been an awesome. We don't have any champagne, but it's been an
I
awesome
know.
2023. We've grown a lot. We've done a lot of new stuff. We've had a lot of great guests. A lot of growth, and that's all because of you guys. So I can't thank
Mhm.
you guys, each and every one of you, enough. Everybody that we've talked to, that we've gotten a chance to meet in person too, has been really awesome. So thank you.
Yeah.
So it's
And
gonna be cool to see it become even more next year.
I know. Yeah. Uh, if you guys are watching the video, we're obviously not at my place. We're online.
Yeah.
That's because if you guys hear me, I'm a little bit congested. Wasn't feeling well, sick right now. So
Prayers out to Justin.
yeah, but
And,
no,
and
yeah,
you'll hear me in those Ben episodes too, where I'm like, yeah. So like, quick question. So,
yeah,
I was sick as a dog for the past like
mhm,
week and a half. So now it's your turn, right before the
yeah,
holidays.
yeah. But yeah, dude, 2023 has been a wild ride. We had our first ever guest, and we didn't imagine we'd get that many more. To be honest,
I thought that was it.
um, yeah, like big shout out to like all the guests. I want to especially Dens. Episode 100 was this year, dude.
Yeah,
And
I
this
know.
Dens, a general manager of Boston Bridge, he started it. He said yes
Yep.
to us.
He took the chance,
Hmm.
so we ended up doing it. So yeah, big shout out to Dens. He's a real
Hmm.
one.
Yeah, and hopefully, again, for everyone that came on, we love you guys. If you
Yeah,
guys need anything from us, let us know. We're here.
the DMs
Um,
are open. The
yeah,
YouTube comments are open.
yeah, always open.
Yep.
Um, But yeah, man, it's just been a crazy 2023. I couldn't have imagined the guests that we've had.
Yeah,
Like
me either,
the,
bro.
the 6 guests, yeah, 6, right?
Yep.
Dens, Tyler, T Dog, Sammy,
Sammy,
Alley
Alley Cat,
Cat,
Gersh, and
Hirsch,
Ben.
Ben. Yeah, that's crazy lineup.
Staples. Yeah.
Crazy lineup.
Added to the resume. Legendary
Yeah,
stuff.
right. And yeah, Mike and I, like we've said, we've been planning a lot of other stuff for 2024. We hear you guys. We did take a look at that questionnaire that we put out.
Yep.
And the one thing that well, we'll say it right now that came out of it, more content.
Yep.
So we
Guess
definitely
what's coming
we get
next
that.
year?
Yeah, yeah. We just gotta sort that out, and we'll make it work because
Yeah, yeah, we'll sort it
we're
out and
doing it.
we'll keep everybody in the loop as to what our plans are with it.
Yeah. Yep. And
So,
dude, yeah. Last episode 2023. Happy holidays to everyone.
yep.
Merry
Happy
Christmas if you
holidays.
celebrate it. Happy
Yep.
New Year's. Uh this episode's coming out on Christmas. So again, not missing a beat.
Nope.
But if you guys got an extra
No
hour or
fucking
some free
time.
time,
Yeah.
go listen.
While you're unwrapping gifts, go have it in the background, you know?
Yeah.
But, yeah, man, I think that'll do it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys know the deal again. It's anchor.fm/COD Casuals for all streaming platforms. You want to go listen to the episode. Of course, if you don't want to go and listen to the full episode, go over to our Instagram or our TikTok. We're posting the shorts. On the TikTok, we also have some more comedic sketches if you want to go check those out as well. And then, of course, going over to our YouTube, COD Casuals, we appreciate if you comment, like, and subscribe because we're trying to push as much content there. And then, of course, on all the streaming platforms, 5 stars.
Yeah. 5 stars.
5
Helps
stars
out a
only.
ton.
5 stars only, baby. But, yeah, man, I think that's gonna wrap it up then, huh?
Yeah, and 2023.
There we go. So, again, thanks everybody for listening to episode number 149 of the COD Casuals podcast. We're your host, Mike.
I'm Justin.
We'll see you guys in the new year. Take it easy, everybody.
See ya.